Welcome back, friends. Today we're looking at one of the most important mechanics in 2 Hours, One Life. It's Yum. If you keep starving or are confused about how food works in this game, this is the episode for you. I'll focus on an existing town with lots of available food. If you're new to 2 Hours, One Life, I recommend starting in an existing town, since it's a lot easier and more collaborative than playing on your own. I will cover food in a solo town in the next video, so if that's more your speed, keep an eye out for that one. For now, let's be born into the River family. This is an event family, which means it tends to draw a lot of players. You'll see more on this later on. Oh, this isn't a great start. I've just been born and already my food meter tells me that I'm starving. Usually what'll happen is my mom will pick me up and nurse me, but she is not moving. So she must be away from her computer. It's up to me to find someone else in this town who can feed me. If you're hungry as a baby, type F to let others know that you need to be fed. Oh, thank goodness, an older cousin stepped in to feed me. She saved my life. Now let's talk about the factors that affect your food meter. First, she's going to get me dressed. Being protected from the elements means that I won't have to eat as often. Remember to wear a hat and shoes as well. Every piece of clothing counts. More advanced clothing also offers more protection than the basic clothing, so you can consider that when you're dressing babies or dressing yourself once you're big enough. Keep an eye on your temperature meter in the bottom right of the screen to see if you're at an optimum temperature. Going into different biomes like the desert will affect your temperature and make you go through food pips quicker. Standing on flooring or being indoors will positively affect your temperature meter and make you go through food pips more slowly. You can also see that my food meter naturally increases as I get older. Since I cannot feed myself until I'm 3 years old, I'm dependent on my cousin to either nurse me or to hand me food. Even male characters can keep babies alive by hand feeding them. Now my adoptive mom is going to give me a tour of the town. Always make sure you pay special attention to where the food is kept. Keep an eye out for the garden and the kitchen, and plan to spend some time there when you first start your game. Finally, I'm over 3 years old, and now I'm responsible for keeping myself alive and fed. On my way to the farm, I see that there are a lot of fruits, so no one will mind me snacking on a few on my way through. Notice how my character gets a little yum bubble next to her head when I pick up the apple. This will be really handy later on after I've eaten a lot of foods and I forget what I haven't had yet in this life. If you pick up a food you've already eaten, the bubble will say meh instead. Meh foods will ruin your yum chain, so make sure you avoid them. This apple didn't quite fill me up all the way, so I'm going to eat an orange as well. Now I've not only filled up my regular food meter, but I have a bonus pip too because I ate a chain of yum foods. The bonus pips will disappear first, and then my regular pips, so always keep an eye on that bonus number. If you eat a lot of yums in a row, you can yum chain, which really makes a difference in how often you need to eat. I'll share a really handy chart later on in the video that shows the number of pips and bonus pips for all the foods in the game. You can really get strategic with this if you want to. After a few more yums, I'm up to level 4. Once you turn 10 years old, you'll be given a craving. My craving is cooked pork with rub, and it'll give me an extra 2 levels when or if I manage to eat it in this lifetime. Unfortunately, I don't manage to eat the cooked pork in this lifetime, but I will focus more on cravings in the next yum video, so stay tuned for that. One thing I'll add is that cravings are inherited, so any children I have will also have the same craving, and my craving is likely the same as any of my siblings if I have them. So cooking the craving for everyone is a great way to contribute to the town. Now I'm in the kitchen looking for yum foods because I've eaten everything in the garden. Here are some handy charts made by the Discord community. Thanks to Pegasus, Moo, Jules, and Zabala for contributing these to the server. This first chart is all the foods in the game, their pips, and their bonuses. Next are the top 20 foods sorted by pips, and the top 20 foods sorted by bonus. Let's talk about how feeding babies affects the food meter and how to stay alive while being a mom. Notice the first time I pick up my daughter, I lose a bonus pip. If I keep holding her, she won't starve, and I won't lose any more pips. But of course, I want to put her down again so that I can get her dressed. Every time you pick up a baby, you lose a pip, or a bonus pip. So if you're feeding twins or triplets, or helping to feed someone else's baby, keep this in mind. She lets me know when she needs to be fed. If you wait for the baby to signal F, you won't be wasting any pips when you're going to feed them. Here we are when she turns 3 and she can take care of herself now. I've been ignoring my food while getting her set up, and my bonus is completely gone. I'm at just 6 pips, and the game is reminding me to eat. I better find something. I grab a cob of corn and eat that before heading to the kitchen to fill up. You can see how easy it is to forget about feeding yourself when you're taking care of a baby or multiple babies back to back. Keep an eye on that food meter. After eating some pie, my bonus is up to 40. I won't have to eat for quite a while now. It's 10 years later and I actually start to feel hungry again. I built a shelf and tidied up the nursery just in time for these triplets to arrive. Everyone in town comes to welcome the new babies. I'm so distracted by how cute they are and their exciting birth story that I don't realize my food meter is slowly ticking downward. That's the risk if you don't have to eat for a while. You tend to forget that food exists. Part of the fun of playing in an established town is surprising moments like this. It's exciting to see a bunch of babies all born at once and to hear about how somebody had them while she was on the toilet. It's fun to just play in a big town and to get to see all the different characters and role plays that people decide to do. Okay, enough chat. It's time to run to the kitchen before I starve. First, I have a bite of popcorn, but I'm still not full. So I have half a boiled egg, and I'm still not full. So I have another bite of pie, which fills up my pips completely, plus gives me a bonus of 58. And I'm just in time to see my first grandson born. She names him Gerald. Plus, I'm blessed with another baby myself. I end up giving baby Alice the shirt off my back. It's easier to starve when you're young, and I have a nice Yum bonus built up, so I don't actually need the fanciest clothes. I want my kids to survive and have grand babies. After she's grown, I'll actually get to work making a new shirt for myself, and some extra clothes in case more people want to join the River family. But I'll end the video there. Hopefully this was a helpful glimpse into how I Yum chain in an established town, and how you can keep yourself and your babies from starving. With these tips, you should be able to go longer and longer without eating, which preserves food for the town, and also lets you work on bigger projects, have babies, or explore. Next time we'll look at food and Yum in an Eve camp or a solo town, and how to stay alive long enough to get your camp started. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoy this type of content, and remember to like the video. I also read every one of your comments, and I really appreciate the time you take to engage with my work. See you soon!